Hi, I hope you all are doing well today. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is. It's going to be a good day because we're going to make it a good day. That's simple. And we are going to dream big. See? We are going to dream big. I don't know what that means for you. I'm not even sure what it means for me. So, each of us in our own way, we are going to dream big and we are going to live our lives to the best of our abilities with the greatest grace, love, and hope. So, there we go. Just a heads up, I have every intention of making a video every morning this week, but if for some reason I'm not here a couple of days, just please bear with me and doing the best I can right now. So, okay, let's just get to it. Here we go. We get a drink. I am so glad you all are here today. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for spending your Monday with me, or whenever you see this. We're going to get an overall energy for the day. And I'm going to use the Sandra Ann Taylor deck, the Energy and Spirit Oracle. So let's see what the overarching dominant, well, this one opened up to this. Joy, blessings, and intuition. So, Archangel Haniel. So I think we need to, I'm sorry, I'm fidgety today. If Haniel is coming up, then I think we need to be a little gentle with ourselves and surround ourselves with compassionate and loving energies, okay? Take a look at the top. Past life guides. There's a past life, possibly karmic connection going on right now. For some of you, I'm just getting that right off the top. The past life card could be that you have ancestors watching over you. It could also mean that you are wrapping up some kind of, and I keep hearing the word karmic, some kind of karmic connection or tie with someone you've had a past life with. So, okay, they're saying I need to dig into that a little bit more. And then on the other side of the deck really quickly, though, the healing heart, love, acceptance, and romance. Isn't that a beautiful heart? I love that. Okay, so I think that is to be a sign of hope and wellness, and that you are on the right path. Now, Spirit, help me to know what that message is, because I feel like it's a message, and I don't want to, I'm not a card reader. I'm an energy reader. Let me just go directly to Spirit. Let's see what's going on. I get two in my head when I look at cards sometimes. So, that past life karmic connection card. When you allow yourself to address situations and then let them go, they will go. But you have to be willing to truly understand the purpose and the role. Now, this could be with a family member. It could be with a friend. It could even be with a pet. It could be with a romantic partner. It could be with a job or a job work type situation where you find, I feel like that's it for someone, where you find you're always in the caregiving role, but yet you're not being cared for. You're never getting the nurturing you need. Someone is in a profession, sort of a healing, giving, teaching profession, and you always give, but no one ever seems to come around when you need the help. So understand that to acknowledge that and how it makes you feel is part of letting go of that karmic connection of the past. It is a lesson to learn. It is not the place you are meant to stay. And that's how I perceive any kind of karmic connection. It's that you are finishing up, rounding out, or this person came in, or you came in to help someone else address an issue that needs to be dealt with, a repetitive pattern, whatever it is. So once you accept how you feel about a situation, whether it's anger, hurt, whatever, fear of loss, fear of how to support yourself, fear of whatever, then everything starts to align and fall into place. If you went into a field, and I keep going back to this because it's a dominant energy right now, and I didn't expect that, and that one card is bringing this up, so I'm just going to run with it, okay? It's for someone. This is for someone. When I do that, my hands look massive. Look, they're not that big. It's just, I guess, the camera angle, or I don't know. I notice the strangest things sometimes. Okay, so if you went into a field thinking you were going to save the world, right? You were going to go into it. You were going to do everything you needed to do. You were going to make people's lives better. It was a passion. It was a drive. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't. It was still a passion and a drive, but the reality of it hit you so hard that you thought, am I going to survive? Am I going to survive this work, this job? So, it's one of those things where you realize that you're giving, but there's nothing coming home to you. Okay? So, and you work hard for that little bit of paycheck you get. I understand, I get it. So, former state employee here. So, yeah, I get it fully. Worked multiple jobs at any given point, seems like. So, or for a good long time. So, I get it. However, all of that is coming to a close. It feels like we are wrapping up karmic cycles of all kinds, whether it's work and you get ready to move into an entirely new field, or maybe you retire, or maybe you just quit and go do something else entirely. Maybe you move. I feel like a move across state lines is coming for someone. If you're in this country, if you're in another country, it's going to be to a different town, city, township, whatever. But I feel like there's going to be crossing a boundary is involved. Crossing a boundary of some kind, even if it's an arbitrary boundary, that is going to happen. So some of you are getting ready to do that, and that's come up before, but this time it's related to not going towards something, but you're actually walking away from something. And it still feels very career-based. So I don't feel like this is one of those emotionally based readings. It is, but not in terms of another person involved. I feel like this is about work and career, or path. Not even a career choice, but a path that you consciously choose. When the time comes to make this decision, I'm getting that you will receive, for whomever this is for, and again, this is a general reading. Please understand that it is a general reading. It cannot fit for everyone. And it probably will fit for maybe more than one person because that's the way energy works. But when the time comes for you to understand, when it's time for you to make your move, and I'm hearing it that way. So it could be a literal move. It could be a move to another position. It could be a move to another job. When the time comes for you to make your move, you will know because you will be given a very clear sign. You will be given one of those. I always like to ask Spirit, if I'm waiting to understand when I'm supposed to do something, it's like make it as clear as a brick through a window. I do not do subtlety. I do not like subtlety. I get too wrapped up in my head and I second guess everything. No subtlety, please. Make it extraordinarily clear. With harm to none, please. So I feel like there's going to be a sign. There's going to be something that will happen that will tell you you are making the right choice, you are on the right path, you are doing the right thing. And I feel like for some of you, it's going to, and this came up, I think, something similar to this anyway, but it might have been about something else. But I feel like you're going to get, someone is going to say something to you, and it's going to be one of those like click, boom, lights came on, you see clearly, oh my gosh, you had no idea this is the room you were standing in, kind of thing. Like you were feeling around in the dark and all of a sudden the lights just flip way on. So I do feel like you're going to get a very clear sign, and no one else may even know what's going on, but you're going to hear it, and it's going to be like bells and whistles going off in your head. Okay? You will know, absolutely, without a doubt. When you get that little flicker of a feeling in you, within your heart and your gut, like I feel like it's going to be more in the solar plexus. It's when you hear that or get that, hold on to the memory of how that feels, because it's going to be one of those whoosh feelings of, oh my gosh, I know what I got to do now. I know what I have to do now. And that's what you do. Okay. Write it down so you don't forget, and then come back and look at it, revisit it often. Okay. Once you make the decision, that doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. It may take 3 or 4 months to come into fruition, but once you make the decision, that's when it's set in motion. Okay. Well, there's your reading. We'll do a little more. All right. So the message too is trust your gut. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust what you know to be true. That came up yesterday or Saturday. Trust what you know to be true. And when you get this message, it's going to make it even more clear. Okay. I'm hearing the name Greg, so I feel like there's someone around someone. Is this a deceased person? Is this someone who's passed on? Yes, it is. There's someone named Greg coming through right now. What does Greg want to say? Who's Greg here for? Greg's got a message for you. Be at peace with where you are. He was a very, not just spiritual, but very religious man. I feel like he may have been part of a religious order, or no, he wasn't, but he considered it in his youth. So Greg considered being part of a religious order in his youth. Tell me more, Greg. Gregory. He's telling me his name is Gregory. He always liked being a little more formal, but he was gentle. I'm almost getting that grizzly. For those of you who are old enough to remember, it's kind of that Grizzly Adams kind of thing about the guy who just went out in the woods and kind of lived with nature. That beard, as he grew older, he said he died alone, but no one ever dies alone. Spirit is always with us, and at the point of transition, when our soul's leaving the body, we are surrounded by beings of light and ancestors and relatives and loved ones. And so no one ever dies alone. So, but in the physical, it appeared as though, thank you, Gregory. He appears to have died alone, kind of in an isolated area, but it's what he wanted. I think he was only in his 40s. Yeah, I think he may have only been in his 40s. I'm seeing the number 44 or 45, maybe. Where were you? Where were you, Gregory? Where were you? Family farm, way out. We're talking about a large amount of land. It would have been easy to disappear on this land, okay? I get the feeling it was like in this country, but if you're looking at the map, kind of in the middle of the country and up. Kind of that Nebraska, maybe? Nebraska, Montana, Idaho. I know that's a big range. I get it. But somewhere in like that part of the country. If you're not in this country, good Lord, this country is massive. Um, there are places that in this lifetime, I will never see just because. Um, okay. Um, what are you here for? Why are you coming through, Gregory? Yeah, I just asked if he's transitioned. Yes, he has transitioned. So why are you here? Oh, he's got a message. Here we go. Peace comes in many forms. The road you choose to travel and the path you choose to take is entirely your own, just as it is entirely that for other individuals. Understand that you cannot control the outcome and that you cannot control the path or the exit point of those around you, no matter how much you want to, out of love and fear of loss. Understand that all things must come to an end, and it is the gift of all creation that all people who come into this incarnation may have the ability to choose their exit point. That doesn't mean suicide, okay? That just means, or self-harm. It could, but it doesn't mean that. He's meaning that just because we will someone to be well doesn't mean it's going to happen, because we're then infringing on their free will. Do I have that right? Yeah. I feel like he was something of a poet, Gregory. Were you just born out of time, in the wrong time? What people would say is the wrong time. You're born in the right time. You made the people in your life think. You made the people in your life be aware of an other way of being. They did not understand the life you led, did they? No, they didn't have to. It was your life to live. And that's one of the hardest lessons we will ever learn. Is there anyone immediately in the collective that you're reaching out to right now? No, he just has a message. And he's saying that I was right about that he wanted to, when he was in his youth or maybe in another lifetime, have been in a religious order, but that would not have served his life purpose, because he wasn't very dogmatic, but he was very connected. He went off the grid because that was his way of getting closer to God. He was never meant to be in this world for long. And he was in this world longer than he even thought he would be. He was here to lead by example of living your own truth, and now he is stepping in to help others understand that it is okay to be uniquely you. Okay, I think he's finished. Thank you. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you. Okay. He's leaving behind, like he's giving a gift to everyone. It's almost like a opening. It's like a big white flower, but it has little veins of purple in it. I don't know. Thank you. Okay. I'm asking spirit guides, how long has he been gone? He's pretty contemporary, so it's not like he was from, the 1800s or anything. He's from. I keep feeling like he lived through the. He didn't make it into the 1982-ish as a time frame. He didn't see that year. So it was the late 70s, early like 80, 81, maybe something about 82. Maybe that's when he was found. I don't know, but he's okay. All right. That was a really big message. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at, let's go ahead and go to the cards now. Light Seers Tarot. And let's see what we've got. So, going on this theme of live your life the way you want to live it, even if people don't understand it. And stop looking, this is an important message, and this is coming through extraordinarily clearly. Stop living for the validation of others. There are always going to be people who will not like you, and they don't even know you. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know your struggles. They are just jealous. They feel insecure and incomplete around you. That's their issue. You just keep on going on, living your best life, okay? So, yeah, you know who you are. What I'm hearing is you don't have to be a people pleaser. You don't have to continually take the high road in terms of acquiescing and giving up your right to need something. Stop. You don't have to do that. If you need to pull back and say, no, I can't help you move that room, or no, I can't help you move to a new house today because I'm dealing with it. You don't even have to explain it. You just say it. I'm starting to get a little feisty. I'm hearing that people are not respecting your boundaries. If people are not giving you due respect for your boundaries, then you set those walls up a little bit higher. If you don't set your boundaries, you will get used up. Okay. There's a spirit here. That's why it was coming. It's like she's been here before. Somebody's grandmother. She's saying, you better listen. She was that kind of grandmother. More like a mom. She's been here before. It's been a long time. It's been months. She's like, you are no victim. You are not a victim. You not only survive, you are about to thrive. So step into that power and step into that light. Say it with me. I'm about to thrive. I am going to thrive. Yeah. Thank you. She's going to hang out for a little while. I don't remember what. It's an H-sounding name. Even though the energy is the same, I don't know if this is the same name. But I asked, what do you want us to call you? What do you want people in the collective who need to call on your strength? This is a woman who passed on but fully transitioned, but she still enjoys coming in as that role of everybody's mom or grandma. And she's saying call her either Hattie. She likes Hattie the best. Either Hattie or Henrietta or some H-sounding name like that. Just don't call her Hortense. She didn't like that name. But she's saying Hattie is a good one. You can call her Hattie. Hattie. She is stepping in to help guide someone through the next stage and the next step into finding your strength. Okay? All right, so she is leaving me now to go be with someone to say, I'm with you. I'm with you. You are not alone in this. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Hattie. Ma'am, be ready. Just that little bit of interaction, and I'm feeling stronger and not so whiny and weepy. And it's okay, it's okay to feel that way because it's real. But man, if we stay there, it just drags us down. Okay, so what is the Hang on. I'm trying. This was hard to get. All right. Oh, our friend the tower. Yeah. Man, you gotta see the humor in the tower when there's a squirrel on the bottom. Like, hey, man, all my nuts are stored in there. My food's in there. Come on. All right, what's tower? So the tower is becoming, it's getting to the point of, I think, feeling ludicrous. Like earlier when it was through the weekend, it's like prepping the ground, and I do remember all that. Now it's sort of like, this is a big old mess to clean up. That's a lot of ash to sweep up, okay? So what is it the collective needs to know? Because we are definitely at the point of saying, okay, big fire's over. Now we're going to just have to figure it out. All right, we got the Four of Pentacles. And in this instance, I'm hearing it's okay to make it about you, because you usually don't. So now that the towers come down, we are at that point. We are fully, this week, the tower is down. It's gone. So now we get to decide how we're going to rebuild. And so some of you may be holding on to your purse strings, but I feel like this means more than anything, you are keeping your plans close to your chest. Or is it vest? I think it's, well, I'm going to say chest. Whatever. So anyway, I am in a mood today. A lot going on. But what I'm getting immediately from this card after that kind of like almost comical tower in this instance, in this reading, is that make it about you. This is all about you. What do you want to rebuild? What do you want in your life? After putting everyone else first, what do you want in your life? The next card that came out, the Moon. If you are feeling overwhelmed, if you feel like you're sinking down into the depths of a big, dark pool, look up. It's a big, beautiful moon, and I feel like this is a time indicator. It feels like right now being completely overwhelmed with responsibilities or stuff going on around you. So if you are in that position, this is, let's see, we just had a new moon, so the next one will be a full moon, and this is a full moon in this card. So I think by the full moon, I don't know when the new full moon is. Hold on a minute. I'm going to ask Alexa. Alexa, when is the next full moon?
The next full moon will be next Sunday, July 21st at 6:17 a.m.
Oh, thank you. Always
Good
be...
morning, Holly. My pleasure.
See?
Just doing my job.
See? Always be
Happy
polite.
Monday.
Thank you. Happy Monday to you too. That way when AI takes over, they'll remember we were nice. Okay. All right. So, no, seriously, that was nice. Okay, so the 21st, by the 21st of July, next full moon, you are going to have clarity. You're going to be swimming up to the top of that pool, and all your answers will be had. For some of you, it may happen before. And the Hermit card. It's time for you to go within during this next period before the full moon. It's time for you to go within and really be honest with yourself about what you want. This is about you. Fear of being left out in the cold, fear of being abandoned, fear of betrayal. Screw all that. What would Hattie say? The Lovers. And the Empress. So, you... Ooh. King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. And they said to take this one too. So, Two of Swords. Just be careful not to get in your own head about stuff. But you have the Strength. This is just a fear based in nothing of reality. You know why? Because all of these came up in this order. And these are cards of community. These are cards of positive decisions. These are the cards of fiery energy and change. But just understand that right now, the dust hasn't even completely settled from that tower collapse. You are protecting yourself. You're going into protection mode. Just be careful not to shut down when you go into protection mode by feeling overwhelmed. You look around and think about what needs to be done, what you can and what you can't do. And this is both of these are very solitary cards. You're feeling a little bit isolated right now. And you know what? That's okay, because by the 21st, it's all going to come to light. Look for that next full moon. It's coming up soon. And Five of Pentacles. Get that out of your head because it's not real. And the wheel. The wheel is turning. When that tower came down, it brought with it every fear and insecurity. You're about to step into your thriving period. You're about to step into this is the reality of who I am. This is the time period where you set boundaries and you truly establish, I deserve so much more. And you do. We can't always control what goes on around us because we're not supposed to, because everyone has free will, just like you have free will. This may resonate with you, this may not. But for the collective, and I'm putting myself in there with the collective, we went from this weekend, remember what I said? Stand in your truth. And today, we're starting over. And we're starting with strength. And remember the message of Gregory and the message of Hattie. All you can do, basically, I'm going to distill it down as I understand it, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. All you can do is control the way you respond to things around you, but that doesn't mean you have to wait to be in a response mode. Now, that's coming from me. You figure out what you want, and then you make it happen. That simple. Should be an interesting week, you all. Should be an interesting 2 weeks. Should be a very interesting couple of weeks here. All right. Be well. I am rooting for you. I am pulling for you. I am right now, I'm not much, I was never a good cheerleader. I'm not a cheerleader kind, but I am going to be your cheerleader today. You can do this. You can do this. And put it in the affirmative and in the personal. I can do this. I can do this because I am strong enough to do it, and I've been strong enough. Don't tell me how to live my life. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because I think everyone who watches this has had massive struggles. Be proud of who you are and be proud of where you came from. Okay? All right, I don't know if this little clicky thing is going to work, so I may have to get real up close and personal and turn it off. Let's see. Thank you, and we'll talk again very soon.